Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today I'll be reviewing the Star Wars Black Series Chewbacca. So yes, here we have Chewbacca from the Star Wars Black Series. I just kind of ended up picking him up a bit randomly. Chewbacca is one of the characters from Star Wars that I tend to like, so he might as well be added to my minuscule Black Series collection. He is pretty cool. Comes with an accessory, has that standard level of Black Series articulation and detail. So he's definitely worth having if you're a Star Wars fan. Let's go ahead and zoom in for the articulation, scoping details, all those sorts of things.
Alright, starting off with a quick size comparison. Of course, here we have Chewbacca. Here's our standard Marvel Legends 6-inch Cosmic Armor Iron Man and 3 3/4-inch Marvel Universe Wolverine. Of course, Chewbacca is much bigger than a standard 6-inch figure. As a matter of fact, if he was a Marvel Legend, he probably would have been a Build-A-Figure. But Star Wars figures don't do that. Yet. And of course, he is much bigger than a 3 3/4-inch figure. Now let's get everything else out of here and just look at Chewbacca. Alright, moving on to our 360 spin. Here you can see Chewbacca. He is brown. He's got various different shades of brown throughout all of his fur, and that's pretty much all he is fur. All the texturing and sculpt work on that, it all looks really nice. He does have his satchel over his shoulder that's removable, but it has like a crease where it's supposed to sit at, so if you take it off, he doesn't look quite right. The satchel's brown and has those little silver rivety plate things on there. Other than that, there's not really a lot of body detail. He has sort of fur hanging down over his hands. Both of his hands are in holding positions, and then he has his feet down there at the bottom. Other than that, it's just all fur and brown. So let's go ahead and zoom in on his head sculpt. Here is Chewbacca's head. It's got various shades of brown on it and retains the same level of sculpt detail as the rest of the fur on his body. He's got some little eyes painted in there, which look pretty nice, and he's got an open mouth bearing his teeth. I wish they had given him like a little jaw hinge or an alternative head. I prefer for figures not to have their mouth open all the time, but it's not a massive complaint. Now let's go ahead and zoom out and look at some articulation. Articulation-wise, Chewbacca's perfectly acceptable. He has a ball peg here in the head that goes up and down and rotates a little bit. This big tuft of fur around the neck gets in the way a lot. Ball joint shoulders in and out, forward and back. Ball joint elbows, rotation and hinge. Rotation and hinge in the wrist. He's got a bit of a diaphragm joint here in the chest. Doesn't really move forward and back much, but it rotates. His waist also rotates. Hips go in and out, forward and back. Thigh cut. Ball joint knees that rotate, hinge, and ball joints in the ankles that rotate and pivot. So you can get him into some poses. I wish he had some double joints, but I guess they decided to make his joints ball joints to cover up the hinges so it would look more like a more seamless sort of wall of fur. But double joints would have still been preferred. They help a lot with the mobility and things like that. Now Chewbacca does come with one accessory, 2 if you count the bag. So let's go ahead and move on to that. Chewbacca comes with his bowcaster. It's cast in black plastic and sort of has a bit of a metal brushing over it. It comes in 2 pieces and you have to put the bow part onto the front of it. Mine refuses to stay together. I don't know if that's a common issue, but mine just pops off constantly without even touching it. It just kind of slowly just falls off. So look out for that if that's a common issue. That about wraps it up for Chewbacca and all of his accessories. Let's move on to the packaging. Packaging-wise, Chewbacca comes in the standard Black Series packaging. Big window here, little picture of Chewbacca there. Star Wars Black Series number 4, Chewbacca. And on the back you get a little description and some artwork. As always, these are good for in or out of package display. So yeah, Chewbacca.
Alright, that wraps it up for Chewbacca, so until next time, goodbye!
Hello, you've just watched one of my videos. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my videos. If you didn't, run away and never return. Also, feel free to check out my other channels, Venom Raptor for all my variety gaming content, and VR Reviews for reviews of various action figures and collectibles. Thank you, and goodbye.